Flickers in the Dark, Episode 48, The Prison Gallery.
In the heart of a once bustling town stood the renowned Mellington Art Gallery. It had been closed for years, but tales of its exhibits still echoed among the locals. Rumor had it that every piece displayed in the gallery's central room had an eerily lifelike quality because the souls of the artists who created them were trapped within. Amelia, a passionate art historian with a penchant for the mysterious, had heard of Mellington's legends. Her research had shown that artists whose works were showcased in that central room mysteriously disappeared shortly after. Intrigued, she decided to pay the gallery a visit. The entrance was guarded by a towering wrought iron gate, overgrown with ivy. The keys she had obtained from the town's council fit perfectly, and with a deep breath, Amelia stepped inside. The interior was grand, dust dancing in the beams of sunlight that pierced the broken windows. As she wandered through the corridors, Amelia was drawn to the central room by an indescribable force. The walls of this room were covered in the most beautiful and haunting paintings, sculptures, and sketches she'd ever seen. Each piece of art depicted raw emotion: love, fear, hope, despair. However, what truly caught Amelia's attention was a large, ornate mirror standing on one side of the room. It was unlike any mirror she had ever seen, its frame carved with images of artists at work, eyes closed, as if in a trance. Approaching the mirror, Amelia was startled to see not her own reflection but rather the faint, ethereal figures of numerous artists, their hands moving in rhythm, creating art. They seemed trapped, their eyes filled with sorrow. Suddenly, a cold hand grasped her shoulder. She turned to find an older woman, her eyes reflecting centuries of sadness.
"Do not get too close," she whispered. "The mirror is cursed. It captures the souls of those who create for it. I am Agatha, Mellington's last curator."
Amelia, her heart racing, managed to reply.
"Why are they trapped? And why can I see them?"
Agatha sighed deeply.
They sought eternal fame, and the mirror granted it by binding their souls, forcing them to create endlessly. You see them because you have the heart of an artist. It desires you.
Amelia felt a pull towards the mirror, her fingers itching to draw, to be part of the eternal gallery. But she resisted.
"How can we free them?"
she asked determinedly.
The mirror's curse can be broken by creating a piece of art that encapsulates the essence of freedom, without the desire for recognition or fame, Agatha said. But be cautious. If the intention is not pure, you'll be trapped forever.
With newfound determination, Amelia began to sketch. Days turned into nights. She drew the vastness of the sky, the depth of the ocean, and the limitless horizons. She poured her soul into the sketch without the thought of fame, only the desire to free the trapped souls. As she made the final stroke, the gallery trembled. The mirror's frame began to crack, and one by one, the souls it had ensnared were released. The central room, once filled with haunting beauty, now lay barren, the artworks vanished. Amelia, exhausted but content, turned to Agatha, who was slowly fading.
"Thank you,"
Agatha whispered, a tear escaping her age-old eyes. The Mellington Art Gallery was reopened to the public, with Amelia as its curator. The central room remained empty, a tribute to the artists who once were. But those who visited often spoke of an overwhelming feeling of freedom and peace that washed over them as they stood in that room. And as for the cursed mirror, it was said to have been destroyed, but some claim it's out there, waiting for its next muse.